Hello, Potsquatchers. Everyone, welcome to the Wednesday midweek live stream show. I apologize. I was about 10 seconds late on that one. I'm just out, was finishing a business call. It took a little bit longer than I meant to. We're going to hop into the lab in just a moment. I hope everyone's doing well, though. Let's pop to the beginning here and say hi to everybody. What's happening, Happy Dude Grows? What's up, Ender King Gaming? What's up, Crazy Higgs? What's up, David? What's up, Tandoori Farm? What's up, Unknown? What's up, Crazy Higgs? Happy Guy, what's happening? Nini McGowan, what's good? Nick Alawat, good to see you. Crazy Heggs, New Jersey, all right, good to see you, my friend. Just finishing a quick dart there. We're going to hop right into the lab and get everything going for everyone. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. It's a beautiful sunny day here in British Columbia. Yes. Oh, just a busy, crazy day, my friend. Happy Dude Grows, but I'm doing well. Rolling with the punches, staying on top of things, seeing what we can do. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, my friend? We're going to be in the lab momentarily, and we will be getting the show. Well, the show's begun. You know what I'm saying. What's up, TJ? How's it going, man? What's up, Heart and Soul Home Grow? How's it going? What's up, Tandoori Farms? It's been a crazy day here. I had to run down to the little hardware store there. I mean, we already had the new wood for the subfloor we're putting into the bedroom, but I had to get some new 2x8s there to put into the sister joists. What's up, the quiet witch? What's up, DK? What's up, Wonky Donkey? What's up, Eugene Dolan? What's happening, Art of War on two wheels? Mississippi Sasquatch, good to see you, my friend. Good to see my cousin from down Mississippi. What's up, Mr. Splacchiavelli? Man, I have not seen you in a while. How you been? Yo, what's the latest? Do you mean in terms of flip there, Mr. Splacchiavelli? Typically, I see nodal development within the first number of days. Definitely have little baby buds by the end of week one. I have seen things take a little bit longer, typically on some sats. I don't grow a lot of sats, but that will happen occasionally in terms of sativas, my friend. Oh, this is just a dart right now. But I got a little bit of pink kush and black demeanor in terms of what I'm toking these days at the moment. I didn't DK, but we're going to pull those up once I get into the show. Or the lab, I should say. Just give me 2 seconds. Because I'm special. I didn't charge either phone. And so now we're running on the last sort of few farts of power on the cell phone here. So give me 2 seconds and we'll be in the laboratory. Let's go to the laboratory, everybody. Off to the laboratory, I say. Yes. Dun, dun, dun. We'll shoot forward so you can see all the pretty little weed titties there. All the shit from the bedroom's pulled out in here because Uncle Potsquatch is pretending he's a real boy and knows how to do flooring and shit. All right. So, first things first, I'm going to pop down here. It's a little messy in here. Maid's day off, aka I got to do that later. But the buzz is looking good, my friends. It's coming together, you know what I'm saying? All right. 2 seconds here. And we will be able to actually talk to everybody. So first things first, I'm going to set up our little tripod here. Sorry, everybody. Normally I try to be ready to go for the show, but didn't quite have enough time. No rest for the wicked, they say, right? All right. So we're going to plug in the power source. There we go. All right. Power on. Just going to unplug our little laptop here because we're going to be using the laptop again today to try to read everyone's messages. All right. Now I'm going to gracefully try to shift my way around here. And of course, there's water on the chair because I was using the soda stream on there. And then I was doing a little maintenance and I spilled some water. Bear with me, everybody. The show will be on in just a moment. All right. Whoop! Let's bloody hope I have a good show once I sit down. I feel like a bit of a nincompoop right now, and I do apologize for the lack of readiness on my part, but these things happen. All right. There we go. All right. Now, let me fire up the live chat here on the channel there so I can actually read what everybody's saying, and then we'll go from there. All right? All right. It's all right? It's all right. Pretty funny the other day when we were doing the show, they actually had a manscaping commercial playing on our live stream, which I found quite amusing. Now it's just Kajabi. Well, no thanks, Kajabi. Oh, right. There we go. All right, now. So, let's get back to the beginning here, from where I left off, and we'll go from there. Oh, nope, I don't want full screen. I need to read people's things, man. Bear with me, everybody. Computer's being stupid. All right, let's do this. Microbe Mania sounds amazing. I'd love to see the tortoises. I love tortoises. Tortoises are some of the most interesting animals, in my humble 2 cents, out there. All right. Russet mites are a total bitch. In terms of a russet mite, I believe most russet mites are typically soil propagating. So, you know, beneficial nematodes or using a predatory mite would be beneficial. Obviously, if you're still in bed, using a spray is completely okay. And, yeah, you know what I'm saying? All good, James Leach. All right, what's up, Lobster Boy, man? Dynamite 650, how's it going? All right, Mike the Safer Rod Squatch in the house. All right. What's happening, Adam Hansen? What's up, High Goals 420? What's happening, Gazzers? What's up, Kermit Frug? What's happening, Handy F, Heart and Soul? Good to see you. Soul Price, good day to you as well. What's up, John Berge? Kenneth Walls, good to see you. Janice C. Lunan, what's happening? Sounds beautiful, Microbe Mania. What's up, I Spy Retro? What's happening? What's up, Deborah Fletcher? Deborah Fletcher, we have the same last name. Well, I have too, but one of my last names is Fletcher. And I'm from Ontario. Maybe we're distant cousins. I don't know. All right. 1 second here. I'm just playing catch up real quick. Once I'm caught up, then it should auto-scroll. All right, there we go. So, Chris McGarry, good to see you. Stephen Robinson, hello to Wales. How are you doing, my friend? Keep it real, Stephen. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi real quick. What's up, baby? What it do? Well, it do, wee titty dude. What's up with you? All right. Hush Shush Production says, what's up? Recently, I've harvested my second grow. No humidity issues like my first one. Winter is amazing. I agree. Except for me in winter, I actually battle humidity more, given that I live in British Columbia. And so we don't get tons of snow here necessarily all the time. But you don't want to know what I do get? I do get a lot of rain. And that relative humidity just jumps through the roof from the ambient relative humidity being high on the exterior. Everyone, I'd like to point out the link that Mike the Safer Ride Squatch has just shared. We've been on market for 5 days. We've been selling some. We have our own actual CBD line. The first product is out. It's 1,000 milligram broad spectrum tincture, okay? FDA approved, available in the US of A. And I'm pretty sure it's available around the world. The only country really being stupid is Canada because our, you know, the Cannabis Act and Health Canada are dumb. Don't get me started on that. I'll never shut up. But anyway, my friend, check that one out. Ryan Leach, there is a story behind the Potsquatch name, and I will share it in just a moment, my friend. But everyone, check out that. That's the new broad spectrum CBD tincture from Potsquatch Growers. That's right. It's got CBD, CBDA, CBN, CBD, CBG, CBC, CBN. Lots of goodies. It's a broad spectrum, THC-free, non-psychoactive medicinal product. We have launched at an MSRP of $49.95. Most people in the U.S. selling a similar product, $80 to $120. What good is medicine if you can't afford it? So check it out, baby. CBD is good for you. One drop at a time, helping you have a better life. You know what I'm saying? I agree, High Goals 420. In veg, residue management is important. But typically what I would say is go in and spray an hour before your lights come on, okay? And then you'll be good to go. Actually, Microbe Mania, 40% relative humidity is actually quite a positive thing. I mean, yes, certain pests like spider mites will love it. But when you run a lower relative humidity, it's actually, as long as you properly hydrate and feed your plants, it's actually going to increase resin production within your plant. So that's actually a positive thing. True Bullies, Zeus, and Fam. In terms of a CO2 injection system, we do not have one here. I do use my carbonated water trick I developed many moons ago. And then for the most part, it's just me working in the grow every day and maybe smoking some doobies. All right. So before we get into anything else, I would like I'd like to answer the one question, which was kind of a fun question. Long story short, the question was, what's the story behind the name of Potsquatch? Well, first of all, my nickname for well over a decade has been Sasquatch. That came about, funnily enough, it's kind of pot related, oddly. So at the end of the day, when I got my first legal pot permits back in the day, my doctor made me have a bajillion tests before they were willing to sign off on my legal pot licensing for medical purposes. And we found out some very strange things about me. Genetically, to put it simply, I'm not normal. I have very high bone density, which normally would make your bones brittle, but mine aren't. I don't break. My immune system is almost indestructible, it seems. I was one of the first H1N1 patients back in the day, for example. Nearly didn't even know I was sick. Sister's nearly died. My skull's way thicker than it should be. I've got a 34.5 jaw, and a bunch of other weird, stupid things. So, long story short, it was kind of like I'm a throwback to a proto-human. So I was out camping with some of the buddies back in the day, and when I found all this out, I made the joke to them, like, man, my grandma must have fucked a Sasquatch or some shit. And then it stuck. So I became Sasquatch from then on there. And then when I was starting the channel 3.5 years ago, whatever the hell we started, time flies. I was sitting there going, well, what the hell am I going to call myself? What the hell am I going to call this YouTube channel that I want to launch for people to try to help them actually ignore misinformation on the internet and be successful to grow their own cannabis? Well, everyone calls me Sasquatch, and I like pot. I grow a lot of pot. Been growing pot a long time. It's about pot, Sasquatch. That sounds stupid. Potsquatch. And that's actually how the name Potsquatch came about. So it was a natural progression, shall we say, in terms of finding that. What's up, Jesse Berry? Welcome to the show, my friend. All right. No, sole price. We only do one live a day. That we do. We don't even do a live stream every day. I'm quite busy trying to get everything going that we're doing. Plus, I got to run and grow. I'm also a professional actor, writer, comedian, and running the company. So typically we do shows on Wednesdays and Sundays. Okay. Occasionally I do extra shows, but there's 2 scheduled shows that I commit to, and almost always do, except occasionally things pop up. If I have to change a show, I make it up with another show. All right. Oh, Crazy Hags, we've actually had a television show that we've been working on developing for over 3 years. Basically, shoestring budget's going to be $1 million. We've already developed initial pre-production. $3 million is really what would make it sing, and would make it really sexy. That actually has been in the works for quite some time, and we're working on it right now. That's one of the many things my dumbass has been working on. Tristan Long, in terms of the Potsquatch you see in terms of making those news bombs, we came first. I was Potsquatch first, but I think it's funny. Adam Specht, hell yeah, what's happening? Just chilling, man. Just trying to get the show going. I was feeling a little flustered at the beginning of the show because I was a little bit behind, getting it going. But, here we is, right? Trying to make it happen anyway. Oh, right. Malcolm Smith. Hello, Potty. What would one recommend for big... wait, what? For buds been too big. What? Malcolm Smith, can you clarify your question, please? Everyone, I'd like to point out to you really quickly, the link there that Mike the Safer Ride Squatch is sharing, okay, that's actually the link of where you're going to find your very own Squatch lighting systems. You want to grow like Squatch Woods? Check out Squatch lighting systems, some of the most affordable professional grade tech around, and to my knowledge, we're the only company that consciously designs their things to make them easily fixable, upgradable, and expandable. That's right. And we got customer service second to none. We are 2 little companies standing up to the behemoth companies and beating them in many ways. And also, too, we're here to empower you. We stand by you. We're growers, building lights for growers. Crazy Hags, how do I find time for all of this? I work 7 days a week, and I work a lot. I pretty much start my day. I initially start my day. I drink whiskey, coffee. I smoke a few cigarettes. I check emails. I respond to any emergency situations at first. That is before I'm actually technically in the office. Then I have a quick shower, and then it's go time. I basically am on the phone all day, working in the lab all day, going to meetings all day doing this. I don't really stop often. Rarely do I stop. Luckily I love what I do, so it makes it easy. Sometimes I get a little burnt out. Once in a blue moon, I cancel a show just because I don't got it in me. But for the most part, even if I feel like shit, I try to make myself do it. The show must go on. Fish Tropic. Sitting under the lights, yes. I would definitely recommend for most people to wear eye protection, but I've been damaging my eyes and grow ups for over 2 decades now, so I don't personally do it. I'll look at it right now. There we go, and I can still read the screen. We're good. The damage is already done for this ugly mug here, so don't worry about me. Worry about yourselves. Eye protection probably is a good idea, and do not look directly into our lights. There's a reason why we're one of the best lighting brands around. We fucking crank, okay? So don't hurt yourself. I'm showing you what not to do. I mean, I would like to agree with you there, Jesse Berry, my humble 2 cents. We are the oddballs. We are the misfits, and I'm proud of that. I was always the black sheep of the family. I grew up the son of 2 priests. That's right, both my mom and dad are Anglican priests. I believe it's called Episcopalian in the United States of America and Church of England over in the UK. I grew up in the church. I taught myself to grow in secret. I was always the black sheep artist's son. Got into like 17 universities, didn't go. Just applied to see if I could get in. And then I decided to go my own way on things. But at the end of the day, that's just, part of the fun. But I've always been that black sheep asshole of the family. True Bullies, Zeus, and Fam. I use carbonated water directly in application starting at about week 2. It'll typically increase your yield about 10 to 15%, not as well as it's going to cause your plants to trike out, as well as produce greater amounts of resin. It was an initial experiment I did 13, 14 years ago, realistically, if I'm remembering correctly. So, it's worked. And everyone who's ever tried my little carbonated water trick swears by it now. What would I recommend for buds that are too big? Well, there's no such thing as too big, but, tie those ladies up, stake it, make a fence, do some, kind of webbing like I did in the video I released the other day, you know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of different tricks. I got a bunch of different ways I normally do it. I like to switch it up in between grows, because if I do everything the same every time, I find it boring. 1 second here. Yeah, little Stewie, baby, how you doing? It's good to see you, baby. We haven't talked in a while, but it's good to see you, man. How you been, you sexy devil? It's good to see you. Little Stewie of the UK in the house, my friends. Ooh, and we got a fun ghost story we could share, actually, that comes from Little Stewie's auntie, actually. Auntie Flo. That's her name, right? I'm remembering that correctly, Little Stewie? It was Auntie Flo? I'm pretty sure it was Auntie Flo. Well, exactly, Jesse Berry. Do what you love, even if it nearly kills you. And at the end of the day, I mean, the way I look at it is once a lot of our shit is actually working, when the TV show's going, when we've taken over part of the CBD market, when we've established a lighting brand in a greater sense, when we're producing greater capital, then eventually I can hire a few people to maybe help me keep my head on straight. I might be able to slow down, but fuck it, I probably won't. At the end of the day, I got a lot of things I want to do for the industry. I got a lot of things I want to do for our little company. And a lot of things, basically, the main reason is for all of you and empowering each and every one of you. I'll rest when I'm dead, okay? But when I die, okay, make sure everyone shows up at that wedding. Funeral. Ah! A wedding to me in the universe, maybe we could say. But I want a party, man. I want everyone drinking and smoking, and nobody should be crying, and everyone's gonna have a good time. Maybe we'll like pose my corpse up with some animatronics, then I can move the dip. I'll be like, hey, 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 or something. It'd be funny. Yeah, right? I love the Soda Stream, because why did the Soda Stream change my world? Well, before, for many years, Uncle Potsquatch would go into the grocery store, and he would buy like, 20 to 40 bottles, 2-liter bottles of club soda or carbonated water. And people look at you a little funny when you clean out the club soda at the fucking shopping mart, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. No, so Fish Tropic, a lot of fish shit has high levels of nitrogen. Fish tank water can definitely be used. DOA Cowboy, if he shows up in the show, does a lot of that as well. He's also a fish guy.
and uses a lot of the fish poop in there. Aquaponics, the general concept of it is using things like fish to use their shit to feed, and it's great from veg and through. I mean, you want to add a few other things in. Fish shit won't take you the whole way in my humble 2 cents, but yeah. One second. All right. Electro Illuminati. Interesting name, my friend. I'm just here for the accent. No joke. Great channel. Good tips and help me a lot. Keep it up, bro. Oh, well, thank you, my friend. And you know what? Your name's new. Obviously, I haven't, spoken to you before. But thank you very much for saying hi. And I think, right now, as still a startup, at the end of the day, it is a lot of hard work, and we got a lot of things going. And I'm busting my ass and trying really hard. And, we'll get there one day, and we'll get to a place where I'm feeling really good about stuff. But, your kind words like that, and just the fact that we're helping a lot of people to be successful, when you share those messages, everybody, I mean, that means the world to me. I mean, it just makes, it really just, it makes me feel so very humbled, and so, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, everybody. What's up, Rent-A-Hubby? Sound like a pimping thing or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's right, Kent Rath. Happy hump day to you, my friend. Micromania, most fish shit is, it's actually more geared, I would actually even say, to veg and early flower. I typically, if I'm using like a fish shit or a fish-based fertilizer, will tone that down once we kind of go into week 2 of flower, and then I switch to some other things. But it's definitely going to give a very good basic comprehensive coverage to the initial nutritional requirements of your weed titty plants. A lot of the indigenous peoples of North America, whether it was for tobacco or other plants, would actually bury fish underneath the plants, and that rotting carcass would then provide nutrition for the plant. So it's an old school technique used by many, many people. Right? See, Crazy Hags? It's real. When you go buy 40 bottles of 2 liters of club soda, people look at you a little funny. Having a party? No, it's for my dope. Fuck off. Anyway. Hey. Well, thank you very much, Jesse Berry. I would not say that I am the pot guru. I would say I am the Potsquatch. But I have learned a thing or two over my days of playing with titties. I do not claim to be the end-all of knowledge. I would say that every show I do, I know something new. And every grow I go, I learn something more. And, the true grower is a forever student. That's, the number one lesson I would give to any new grower out there. The true grower is the forever student. And the day you stop learning, the day you stop expanding the way you approach marijuana, is the day you stop growing. And if you stop growing, then you're not growing. How the fuck your plants gonna keep growing? So yeah, true growers forever student, man. You know what I'm saying? But thank you very much, Jesse Berry. That's very kind. I really do appreciate it. What's up, Cookies Coop? How you doing, my friend? What's up, Chrissy Lee? What's happening? How's it going? What's up, Satanist, yo daddy? Sean Parker, what's happening with you, my friend? Electro and Illuminati. I've been following you for a bit. Off time zones. I can't see the live shows too often, but I love the great tips and tricks you are sharing with us. Well, thank you, my friend. Where doth ye hail from, Electro Illuminati, if you don't mind me asking? Yes, I agree. Canada Post is an expensive, shitty postal service. No, typically fish tropic, that's just not true. And at the end of the day, it's more salt, right? Having buildups of salts or other things in the fish tank. So if you're using a bunch of chemicals or something like that to naturally treat your tank, that stuff could cause issues for microbials. But fish water in general and fish shit is a good thing. Woo! Let's keep her going. Will my brain hold up? Let's find out. Stay tuned. Hey! What's up, man? How's it going, Jeremy G? What's up, OG? Quan Shinobi. Good to see you, my friends. Welcome to the show. All right. Thank you, Art of War on Two Wheels. I actually used to be an MC and a rapper back in the day. MC'd for a lot of electronic shows over in Europe, but that was mainly based on the fact that I was a freestyler growing up. I mean, I grew up big fan of Eminem, so I started freestyling. I'm actually thinking about coming out of retirement. I'm going to record an album with District Records. But again, you know, either Caden Crook's going to be really nice and just do it for free, Caden, or I'm going to pay Caden for his time, and we'll eventually get that. But for now, I'll at least get a single track out for everybody, you know what I'm saying? Tell Ivan I say hello, the Quiet Witch. How's my grandson doing? Ah, I know one sentence in Dutch. Ik heb een grote piemel. Oh, I guess I know one more word. Lekker. Like tasty, I guess, right? But that's the one sentence in Dutch I really have, is ik heb een grote piemel. I learned that one at the age of maybe 16 or 17 when I was over in Holland. And it's funny, you know, if a Dutch person said that to someone and tried to pick them up, they'd get laughed at. But since I was Canadian and my accent was horrible, oddly worked. All right. Yes, I agree, LJB. I need more beer. I'm going to have to get one of those in a moment. Hell yeah, Micromania. Soda streams are your friend, and your wee titty like it too, you know what I'm saying? Okay, very nice, Luke Paul. I dig. My strain Sasquatch is actually a high CBD strain. It's about 22% CBD. The CBD in that one hailed from utilizing the strain AC/DC, and then I blended it with Master Kush and Trainwreck. Hey! What's up, Scully's House of Thrillers? 1 second here. Well, I mean, Stone and Pretty Gypsy D, I mean, I'm thinking like, you know, Snoop Dogg, I mean, you know, you're getting a little old right now, and a lot of people might not think you're as relevant to the pot community. So really, maybe what Snoop Dogg should do is shift and be like, hey man, I mean, you got your little, I think he's actually Jewish. He's a really funny rapper. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's pretty creative. And hey, Snoop, man, you want another honky on your label, man? Well, I rap about weed and other shit too, but, you know, give me a call, Snoop Dogg. I'll get you high. We can talk contracts. All right? All right. Does that mean we were touring together? We weren't at the time because we weren't together, if you know what I'm saying. But right, Indian McGowan? Exactly. 1 second here. I got some kind of imbalance. You did an 80-gallon reservoir change, and 12 hours later it dropped to a 5.6 from 6.2. I just shoved some more, I'm assuming you mean silicon on silicon, into it, and hope it didn't go down in the night. You know, that's the thing. With reservoirs, you got to play back and forth. I mean, it takes a little bit of time, right? Then you got to dial it in. But it's all right, you know what I'm saying? It takes a little bit of time. Well, it was funny, right? Like, I mean, I'll tell you a story about, you know, some of the Dutch ladies over the years that I met, you know what I'm saying? And when I came up and they found out I not only was Canadian, but I was trying to say that I have a huge penis in Dutch, they loved it. They thought it was really funny, and it worked. I like to learn the dirty things in languages. It's more fun that way. That the swear words, you know? Scully's House of Thrillers, Electro Illuminati is Dutch. Guten Morgen, mein Bruder Jeremy G. Was ist los? Schönes Tag? Ja, sehr gut, mein Freund. LJB. The lemon auto grew out sweet. Lemon red eyes, stony nice. Oil presence on the inhale. Nice. Nice and sticky X, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily Electro Illuminati, because, you know, my Sasquatch strain still had about 16 to 18% THC. And it fucked you up more than anything that was like 35% THC. That's a big misconception. Everyone's all like, oh, you need to have really high fucking high THC for the fucking weed to be worth smoking. Bullshit! Bullshit. 100% bullshit. I need a beer. I'll be right back. 1 second. You'd be surprised to know, maybe, that there's actually up to and over than 468 psychoactive chemicals and cannabinoids within cannabis. There's a lot of things that are going on there. There's a lot of things that make what you're experiencing. THC is not as important. And at the end of the day, in terms of cannabinoid structure, I'm not going to really say that they're more vigorous at all, no. I would say that is purely a phenotyping thing. You know, and you're going to have certain phenotypes within any strain that are going to be more vigorous than others. So I wouldn't liken that to having a high CBD level necessarily. So no. I hope that makes sense. Ivan Daigle, my grandson. Name mother says hi and I love you. How you doing? I also like Red Man. Hell yeah, Luke Paul. I am myself a cancer survivor. They now call me the great and almighty Monomo. That's right. But big shout out to your mom and huge congrats on beating breast cancer. Actually, Mrs. Potsquatch's mom lost her life to breast cancer as well. I come from a long line of people either having cancer or stroking out. Yes. Ivan Daigle's actually tried the Sasquatch strain. One of the few people that's probably even going to ever be in this show that actually got to try that strain. Ivan, tell everyone how awesome it was. Well, Nick Allowat, the concept of Delta 8 or Delta 9 THC, you know. General THCs in general I like. Delta 8, I'm assuming you mean the new super THC supposedly, or new cannabinoid that gets you higher. I view all cannabinoids as important. So I haven't really worked with it much, to my knowledge. So all I really have to say to that right now, I guess, would be interesting. Interesting concept. I haven't had the chance to maybe get to know it too much yet, but yeah. Hey, thank you very much, Mark Wilson. I appreciate it, my friend. The Quiet Witch, yes, we could definitely do that. But heck, let's see. Oh, that's basically hemp, by the way, the Quiet Witch. All you got to do is grow yourself some hemp. Legally, hemp has to be under, I believe it's 0.3% THC to be considered hemp. So most hemp plants are going to have a very decent broad spectrum of other CBs, these, you know, and other things. So, for example, our broad spectrum tincture is made from hemp. And it's not just CBD in there or CBDA. It's got a bunch of other wonderful things in there as well. So my sister Sarah's, if you want something that has no THC, because I know even a little bit of THC fuck you up. The Quiet Witch, everyone, it's Ivan's wife. She's got to be one of the most sensitive people to THC I've ever met. It's astonishing. I've witnessed it. Like, even nothing in it, it's too much. So basically, what you're going to want, my sister, is hemp. A nice CBD-filled hemp. Hey, man, no worries, Micromania. We might be here when you get back from the store. But hey, rock and roll, my friend. Underground Grower UK says, what's my view on over de-leafing? I'm assuming you mean by accidentally going too far in defoliation. Well, obviously, defoliation is a quintessential component to indoor growing. Completely stripping or doing a major pluck in the last week, also quintessential. So you do that at the end. If you defoliate in the wrong way and too heavily early on, you're now way far too stunting your plants, okay? So one thing to remember is we're using defoliation in a controlled manner. A lot of people just go pluck, 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 and they assume, oh, fan leaf! Fan leaf! It's not how it works, okay? When we go through and we defoliate, we're selectively doing so, looking for certain things. and pick them. So if you over defoliate and you go like a crazy idiot on it without any rhyme or reason, it's a bad thing. Right? Sorry, computer's being a stupid. Bloody hell. Ah! Sorry, everybody. Give me a second. Ah! What's going on? I'm used to using my cell phone for this shit, so it's weird. There we go, I fixed it. All right. So let me play catch up here. Bear with me, everybody. Just Barry says, in my ghetto days of growing, the hardest part of growing for me was the water consumption. I was like lugging 50 plus gallons a week at one point. At least pH was spot on. No, I feel you. What's up, Donovan Regner? I'm glad you're here as well. You grabbed your Squatch Life? Nice one. What did you order, Donovan Regner, on the big... We did a super big Black Friday sale the other day on our lighting systems. How did that turn out? Yes, but see, electroilluminati, we're not talking about autoflaring. We're talking about traditional photos. Defoliation can be used with some of the new intermix autos. However, one must be even more careful with doing it on autos than a photo. That's good, Stunna King. But you just got to make sure you're doing it right. But like for example, like 2 or 3 weeks, we did a really heavy one, and then if you look at it, it's a jungle again. That's actually what I got to do today. I'm gonna have to go through hardcore and strip out some shit today, but we'll get there. I wonder if I can get the power cable from the computer over here. It's eventually gonna die, is all I'm saying. But Tandoori Farm says, when spraying for bugs, can I turn my lights off for an hour to let them dry out a little? Yes, but Tandoori Farm, I'm going to say don't do that, because then you're interrupting your photo period, which is then thus reducing energy production for that 24-hour period. What you're going to do is you're going to download a handy little app. It's on that phone that's shooting this, so I can't look it up. But you're going to look up green plant light app or something like that on Google Play, okay? And then you're going to put it on your phone. All it's going to do is turn the screen of your phone bright green. You now have the perfect wavelength of light to not wake up your plants and go in with a little work light on your phone. So what I do, fucking works brilliant, and it's free. So all you're going to go in and do, turn that cocksucker on, go in about an hour, hour and a half before your lights come on, spray, and then fuck off. And then that way, you don't need to worry about reducing that. You can do that, but I would say do that, what I'm suggesting instead, and the fucking app's free. You got a cell phone? Good to go, motherfucker. And that's what I would say to do that one. What's up, Live Free? How you doing, my friend? See you later, the Quiet Witch. I love Northern Lights. That's my kind of friend, man, I tell you. What's up, Jeremiah Sanchez? Just doing the show, having a good time. How you doing, my friend? Sir Two Tokes, Grizzly. That beard is golden. Yeah, well, I got her tied up right now. She kind of goes a bit everywhere when I don't have it tied up, you know what I mean? And it gets in the way and this or that. But thank you very much. It's coming in well. It's approaching its 2nd birthday right now. I think January 20th or so, or end of January or the beginning of February will be its two-year birthday. I shaved it the last time for Hitler's Last Stand Season 2, and I would have done that roughly around, so like January, February this year will be its 2-year birthday. Good to see you with Will, Jeremiah Sanchez, my friend. No, that's true, electro-illuminati, but it's best not to do it. So what I would say doing is if you use, but see, electro-illuminati, if you use the right green light, it doesn't react negatively with the plants. It won't disrupt darkness. So you can actually go work on your plants with lights off, okay? So download this app. It works great. It's free. And then that way, you don't need to fuck with your lights on, because that's a quintessential time for them to produce the energies to make the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you very much, Jeremiah fans. Yeah. We'll stand up in a minute. We'll show you guys a little bit of them a little closer. Chris Thomas, of course it could. You got to remember, hemp and cannabis, same fucking plant. The only thing that makes a hemp plant to hemp plant is the THC level, okay? They are the same species of plant. Well, there's 3 species within it, but all 3 species can fuck. Hemp still weed-titted, my friend. And yes, it can have sex with THC-derived strains. They all can fuck. It's all good. Oh, you're a lucky prick, Stewie. You're a lucky prick. Oh, it's all good, electro-illuminati, baby. It's all right. Oh, by the way, when I was in Holland, I was living in Utrecht. I was in Utrecht. Lived with my buddy Philip Stoop. Had a little room there. Me and the first wife were living in. He's known in Holland and Europe as MC Multiplex. I believe he's calling himself Multiplex MC now. He's one of my old school homies. We met when we were teenagers in France many moons ago. Nate Adams, I use Green Planet nutrients. I'm a big fan of Green Planet nutrients. You know, they're relatively not too bad priced. And, you know, if I'm going to go spend my money on a nutrient system, I buy Green Planet. Dude, I personally love that movie, Scott Moreno. A lot of people didn't like it. I liked it. I was into the movie. No. So Mob Jonesy 09, I've never tried Mammoth P. But I've heard good things. The Bloom Booster we're playing with this time is actually the, fuck. I'm like forgetting it. It's like right here. 1 second. My brain is being stupid. This shit. Massive Bloom Formulation. And it says a 1, 2, 3 on it, but it is very much a Bloom Booster. It is quite hot. It's like the one product to be careful with from the Green Planet line, in my opinion. I follow the directions, and it's a little bit hotter than I thought it would be, but it's all right. It's good shit, though. Look like a fermented apple juice. Jeremiah Sanchez, just go into the phone and search Green Plant Light, and you'll come up with it. It's free. It's just when you turn the app on, it's just going to make the screen green. It's all you need. Stunakig, I've never tried Humboldt's Secret Garden All-in-One. I'm actually against using an all-in-one feed product anyway, but I've never tried it, so I don't have a review on it. I mean, if they want to send me a bottle of it, I'll try it on a plant, see what I think, but... Yes, Electro-Illuminati, 100%, and it's not going to disrupt their sleepy time. They're still going to be sleeping, dreaming of making big with this, you know? Yes, that sounds about right. That sounds like, I'm pretty sure that's the exact same thing, Electro-Illuminati. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Alejandro's Werewolf. What's up, man? Like Werewolf, kind of a cousin of the Sasquatch in a sense. Actually, I've written a movie years ago that's, well, we're actually enemies, but it's all bad. No, but I have played with utilizing a lot of far reds or the far red chips. So, yes, they do some subtle things. UVB does some subtle things. All that shit does some subtle things. But a lot of those chips burn out fairly quickly. Partly why I don't personally use them is because, one, they burn out too fast. Two, When you're weighing what they do to, having some of your chips on your strips burn out, it's not worth it. Until we hit 2600 par, which is the average par of the sun hitting the planet, it's a bell and whistle that you don't really need, in my humble 2 cents. I mean, 3500 Kelvin has plenty of reds within it to take care of your titties. Yeah, that'd be fun. How big's your space, Happy Grower? What's the floor print of where you're growing, buddy? Some of them are actually bigger than I am, Adam. A lot of them are actually, especially on the far end. I would have had them what I call ignoring veg, which means they're in 1 gallons. I don't do fuck all to them. I don't feed them. I don't do shit. I just ignore them. 4 to 5 weeks. Then I vegged for about 3-ish weeks, 4-ish weeks, and then flipped these. So, not huge amounts though. Real veg from transplant, probably about 3-ish weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, and then we flipped. Tristan Long, I mean, as long as there's not too much sodium in there and it's not like a wonky pH for some reason, pretty much anything's fine. I normally buy the cheap shit. I buy like President's Choice or like the cheap crap, low sodium. Low cost, low sodium, good to go. I use a soda stream now, so I don't actually buy carbonated water or club soda anymore. I just go for my soda stream. But no, Scott Moreno, I don't feed by ppm. I am an anti-ppm feeder. Unless I'm doing like a giant grow doing reservoirs. Then I'll do a ppm. But I manually do it. I won't lie to you. I know it's not very beneficial, but like I fucking freestyle everything I do when it comes to feeding. And so that's where I'm a bigger advocate to people to like learn plant psychology. Learn to hear the plant. The plant will talk to you. I mean, do some other drugs, it'll literally talk to you. But I mean like plant psychology. It will show you what it means. So I just, again, daily gardening, observing things when it comes to a new genetic is quintessential. But also with a new genetic, like I don't just go right into veg, I don't just go right into flower. Like I stress test those bitches. I make them root lock, I make them self-cannibalize, I fuck with them to see if I can get them to hermy. I stress test shit, man. That's what I do. Hell, even if it's something I know, I'm gonna stress test that bitch, you know what I'm saying? Oh, but thank you, Deborah Fletcher. Where in Ontario are you from? I was born in Burlington, I grew up in London. Thank you, Deborah. I grew up in London, Ontario, in Old South. I was born in Burlington, and I moved out west. Jesse Berry, put it to you this way. I'd put my white lights and the weed I'm growing with them against any of these things with some fire reds in. I think I'll win. It's a waste. It does a little something for sure, but it's a waste of a space of a proper 3500 Kelvin chip, in my humble 2 cents, until we get to that average 2600 par. Once we hit 2600 par, then it's time to pull out the stupid little extra bells and whistles, but not until then. Yeah, there's a few things on my resume, Joe Quadruple 7B. You'd be scared to look at my actual resume and all the things I've done over the years. It's pretty fucked. No, and also DK, unless you're having a huge pH issue, like I don't pH shit. I know, everyone freaks out when they hear that. What? Yep, don't pH shit. I have not pH'd anything in here. Have not pH shit, and my plants are doing all right. I mean, Jesse Berry, they do a little bit, but until we get to that average par 2600, I mean, it's, fuck it. I'd say waste of fucking space and money. Oh, dude, my stems are purple. I've got purple stems for everything, but that's a genetic thing. A lot of it. Most BC genetics have purple stems. Yes, electroilluminati. If your tap water's 9, then yes, you do have to pH. Hey, no worries, Stunna Kid. One second here, I'm just playing catch up, everybody. Scott Moreno says, new to the channel, or I probably would have known you don't grow by ppm. No, that's cool, Scott. It's all good. Woo! Beer on computer bed. Oh, don't worry about that, Scott Moreno. I've been doing this for a very long time. I've been growing weed for over 20 years. I learned the hard way. I'm self-taught. I fucked up a lot. So I do a lot of things without even thinking almost too much about them these days. And a lot of people are like, how do you do that? And I go, a lot of trial and error. I just sense it now. I hear you, baby. I know what you mean. Okay. Stunna Kid, using anything adding onto your flush is stupid. I wouldn't do it, personally speaking. And like some people are like, I flush with molasses. I go, enjoy your molasses, weed titty. Don't flush with additives. The only thing is, if you want to use a flushing agent, that's okay if you want. Still don't do it every time. I'd hit it hard a couple times with that flushing agent and go back to normal water flushing. But I would not use anything other than a flushing agent during flush. That kind of defeats the purpose of flushing, really, at the end of the day. Oh yeah, so Jesse Berry, if you look at actually what's coming off at 3500 Kelvin on a 301H, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous color spectrum. It may look white to us, but there's so many colors in there, man. It's all there, man. It's very nice. What's up, everybody? I'm reading. I don't, James Leach. There is no air intake. This is a closed system. We only exhaust. No fresh air from outside comes in here. This is a closed system. Okay, Deborah, very nice. Oh, no. Club soda I use during flush, 100%. But then again, that's only dissolved CO2 in water. It's still water. Oh, hell yeah, Scott Moreno. We all learned it, baby. That's what the Potsquatch Growers Army is about. We are all Potsquatches. We are a community. We are global. There are thousands of us everywhere. Everywhere. All colors, shapes, sizes, orientations, political beliefs, religions, or as I like to call them, superstitions. No offense, everybody. Son of two priests. I grew up in the church. I'm allowed to say that. But we are all over the world trying to help each other. We're everywhere. We grow by the day. We are the Potsquatch Growers Army. We are the Grow Your Own movement. So nothing wrong with learning, my friend. I still learn it every day. Stunna Kid, I usually hit probably once or twice at the beginning of week 1. I flush for 2 weeks, and then I'll usually hit it one more time fairly hard at the beginning of week 2, and then just water for the rest of it. Hell yeah, Deborah Fletcher. I feel you. All right. James Leach means no air intake from exterior sources. So it's this environment. I mean, it's not a perfectly hermetically sealed environment by any means, but it's basically a closed system. So I'm not doing natural air intake in this grow. See you later, Kent Rath. Much love, my friend. Keep it real, keep it sexy. Electroilluminati, Mars Hydro aren't great lights. They built them out of shit parts and they break very quickly. The one we tested for them broke after a single run. They're owned by a giant Chinese conglomerate. You are just a number to them. They build cheap, pretend lights and take advantage of people. They've got shit warranties. and they're not there to help you. So I would actually disagree. Mars Hydro lights are like a dinky pretend consumer version of pro grade tech. It's all right. I will thank Mars Hydro for at least being bad and being shitheads, because it's the final kick I needed. 'Cause for years I wanted to release our lighting brand, and I never really did the work to get around to it, just design things and dreamt, you know. But our interchange with them was kind of the kick we needed to kind of get into the game, and so, you know, you think they're good, wait till you see a Scotch light. It's pretty sexy. Peter Bigna, I'm open to investment, but I'm not going to be selling any percentage of the company. So there is investment allowed, Peter Bigna, for the company, but it won't be for a controlling equity stake in the company. How it would work would be, let's say principal X of investment was 1 million, let's say, just because it's a nice round number. I would make an agreement to pay you back not only the 1 million over the first, you know, X amount of years, plus maybe 50%, and then it would go down to a small percentage royalty that would be in perpetuity for the rest of the business. That kind of investment's open, but I am not looking to sell any part of this new company off to anyone. Unless someone's coming to board with like a very large chunk of money, maybe I'd cut them in a small percentage in terms of a voting share. But right now, for where we're at, investment's totally open, and people can do that, but it will not be for an equity stake share in the company, though. That is not on the table currently, unless someone makes me a really good offer, and then I got to think about that. Yes, Joe, quadruple 7B, totally doable. You kind of need a proper valve to do it, and I don't really have the toys to do it. So right now, I just kind of just go the other way and do other shit. Scott Moreno, Spider Farmers are all right, but again, another Chinese company, and two, for a few bucks more, you're going to get a much bigger light than you would get from them. So like their SF1000, look at the little Squatch. It's a little bit more, but you get the 150 instead of the 100, and then you get vastly more diodes as well. So really, we're just the better option in every way. They email me a lot still, like, would you like a free light, and would you like us to sponsor you? Fuck no, I'm your competition, you dumbass. Do you not do any research? Well, I mean, at the end of the day, Electro Illuminati, you know, like I said, don't claim to be the end-all, be-all, but I'm not an idiot. I've still got a few neurons left that communicate. And at the end of the day, I have a big issue how most companies do business. I have a big issue with how most companies treat their customers and their people. For example, they don't think of customers as people. They think of you as numbers and cash pots. And I got a big issue with that, right? So that's why our channel slowly grows. We have no corporate sponsorships. We've never sold our soul to the devil. You know, we're doing our own thing. You know, launched our own lighting brand in partnership with Soulstrip. We've launched our own CBD line. We are launching our own television show. So pretty much anything in terms of the space, rather than selling my soul to the devil and bending over and just bowing to some super corporation, I started my own corporation that I'm El Jefe of. And we're just doing our own thing. Yes, does it make it slow going? Yes. Does it make it a little bit harder? Yes. Am I alienating all the big boys and girls in the business? Fuck yeah, but God sent me on a mission to piss the world off. So fuck it, give them hell, let's play. Jeremiah Sanchez, you can totally wire what is known as a potentiometer into it. The drivers come with a potentiometer. You can adjust the power settings on the driver, okay? But again, why we don't build a secondary potentiometer into the light, at least currently on these, is because it's just another part to break. We build our lights like a hot rod. They crank, they should be easily fixed, and eliminate failure points. Every part you integrate into a system, failure point. Every connection or connector you build into a light or a system, failure point. The more failure points, the more potential places for that cocksucker to fuck up. So we try to keep it on the simpler side. One, to make it easily fixable. Two, to have the fucker not break on your ass. And if it does break, it's easier to fix. I Spy Retro. I'll put our lights up against anyone's in the business, man. I truly, personally feel we're the best option out there. And many people around the world are starting to catch on to that as well. Gavitas make good lights, but they're fucking way too expensive. Because I know how little they pay for parts. They're a big company. And yet they're still fucking charging so much to people. You're better off buying 2 or 3 of my rigs for the same fucking price. You'll get more light, just as good of a fucking rig, and ours are fixable and maintainable, you know? It sounds like you got a good white, Crazy Higgs. What kind of one did you get? Did you go with the X4 board version? Thomas Minish, the new updated version are still retrofitted baking sheets, but we also have racks now. We also have rack lights now. So if you don't like the baking sheets, which is brilliant, by the way, baking sheets are brilliant. Anyone who says any different is an idiot, in my humble 2 cents. But we also have racks now. So if you really still can't get past that, which I find still personally, but again, I'm allowed my opinion as you are yours, and that's completely okay. At the end of the day, you don't like them, that's cool. We got racks now too. You know, I feel you stun a cake, but you should check out our lights. Because, I mean, 1, they're affordable. 2, the shipping is a bit of a bitch. I don't know how duties work in the UK in terms of bringing them on, but I know we've sold a lot of lights throughout Europe. And you'll definitely have a considerable savings on your end with greater performance doing the switch. I don't have it quick tab. Where are all my fucking moderators? Why are none of you sharing my links? Mike, are you there? Can you please share the links, please? Can someone please share my links? It's like I'm just left alone in these shows half the time. Seriously. I'm going to have a talk with our moderators, because I actually want them sharing our links every 5 to 10 minutes on these shows, and no one's been doing it. I'm not bitching at you guys, except I am. If I could talk out my ass for these shows, some of you, come on, help me out, guys. Girls season this. Yes, James Leach, I run my lights full power the whole time. Nah, it's all right. I know they're all busy, but I don't know. Here, give me a second, everybody. I'll share the links. Okay. So, everybody, here is the light link. I'm sharing it now. This is where you're going to purchase your very own Squatch lighting systems. And now, I'm going to share you the link to where you go and buy our broad spectrum CBD tincture product. One of the most affordable products of its kind in all of America. Released by yours truly. FDA approved as well. 1 second here. Paste. Send. Oh, right. So that second link there is for purchasing our broad spectrum CBD hemp oil tincture. I know. God, you know your mama, though. It's quite late for her usually. Like some nights she stays up so late and stays on the show. At the end of the day, so Crazy Hags, it's pretty simple. So if something breaks, okay, it's super simple to fix. We're just going to send you a replacement part, and one of us will call you or send you an email to explain how to do it. I'm going to tell you right now, it is not rocket science. It is quite straightforward. Anyone can do it. And at the end of the day, teaching you how to fix your own tech is part of our mission statement, because then you're empowered. Give a person a fish, feed them for a day. Teach them to fish, feed them for a lifetime. So we're going to help teach you how to do that. Raw power, I dump it onto the soil. That's literally all that it is. You just, typically these days, I feed and then I hit them with a liter or 2 after I feed. You just dump it on there, but that's all there is to it. Not much detail required on that one. So typically, Crazy Hags, that's the easiest, cheapest way for us to do it. Is we're just going to send you that, and if it's in warranty, boom, done. Okay? And then, out of warranty, we're still going to send you the same part. We're still going to take the time to teach you how to fix it. Okay? That's the easiest, simplest way, and at the end of the day, it's not complex. It's basic parallel learn, and we're going to teach you how to do that because that's the best way to do it. Empowering the people is part of our mission statement. Raw power typically in week 2. So for a 4x4 veg room, down south grower, depending on how aggressively you want to veg, you could probably get away by just putting a big squatch in a 4x4 for vegging, okay? Unless you want to go super aggressive, super quick, then I put a double in there. And then for a 10x10 flowering room, 3 to 4 doubles. So whether you go to double squats or the double racks, for better coverage, probably go with the double racks. Make sure you order the X2 301H option. That comes with 6 bars built into it, and I go with 4 of those cocksuckers. I hope that helps. Jeremiah Sanchez, we have 2 options. You can do our X3 dually, which is 301B, or you can do our 3500 Kelvin at the 301H option. The dually is a mix of 27 and 5,000, if I remember correctly, with an averaging out of around roughly 3,700 Kelvin on the photons on that one. Ninny McGowan, I typically water and feed every single day, except for those 10 gallons in the back. They're usually every other day. But on the 5s here, every day, typically. Brent to hubby, bottom feeding is interesting and watering is interesting. I'm not a big fan of it because you do run the risk of root rot that way, leaving your stuff sitting and shit like that. So I'm personally not a fan of it. I think it's okay for early veg and earlier plants, but I'm not a fan of it for anything other than that. And again, that's just my personal feelings on it. Doesn't mean it's wrong. There's 1,001 highways to the same destination. Typically on the 5 gallons every day, I'm doing about 2 to 3 liters of water. What's up, Dr. Weed Man? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Which site, Jeremiah Sanchez? The lights or the CBD? It seemed to work okay, Zach Baker. I wasn't as 100% sold on the product. I've almost got a feeling that the one they sent me didn't have a lot of living predatory mites in. It cleared out all the fungus gnats. Those were dealt with. I have had, a few weeks later, the odd spider mite pop up on a couple of leaves on one plant. So I've been dealing with that. So I feel that the Grub Grenade is a great product. I've got a weird feeling that the one they sent me wasn't as viable as they usually are. I've actually been meaning to email them about that because it didn't seem like there was tons of them in there. But, it worked. I mean, I ain't got no fungus gnats. Those were gone, like, within days. I have had the odd, spider mite pop up and stuff. Again, not a big fucking deal. You can deal with it. But, and I also live in the woods, so these things fucking happen, right? But, yeah. Raw power. You mean my carbonated water, or? Well, if you're looking at the stick product, Jeremiah Sanchez, I don't believe we have that on our website. That's a Soul Strip thing. So make sure you're on our page. If you don't order Squatch lights, it has nothing to do with us. Jeremiah Sanchez, in terms of side lighting, I would just get a racking system. They're all built on leads, 2 fixtures to a light, and I would just install it that way. Racks make perfect side lighting. Jesse Berry, I mean, it can happen anyway. They'll sneak in on stuff, and if you don't fully kill them, Sometimes they will just come back. I mean, fungus gnats can be a right bitch. It's a war of attrition even when you're using nematodes sometimes and other things. I find for nematodes, you really have to heavily dose on the nematodes, maybe even more than they recommend, in order to truly get rid of them. I've also found that recently that a lot of the nematodes or pot poppers I've ordered have come in and half of them are dead. When they're dark brown colored, that means they're dead. So I've almost got a feeling that these companies that sell nematodes and predatory mites are sitting on a bunch of old stock right now and still sending it out. That's why I'm a little mad at pot poppers personally and the grub grenade at the moment. I'm going to be sending them emails, but I'm so busy all the time I haven't had the chance to do it. Oh, 100% Chris Fay. That's totally fine, my friend. Yeah, it's annoying, Electro Illuminati, but, you know, sometimes these things happen. I did answer your question. I asked for further information on it. And, okay, so you said, typically I do carbonated water 2 to 3 times a week, raw power. Yeah, it's funny, Jeremiah Sanchez. Wives and husbands getting mad at their growing partners are often a common thing when people discover our tech. I feel bad. I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble with their partners. Brian Golby, I've never used gerberalic acid. I've used humic acid at times, but I've never used that one personally. Ah, shit.